what happened to Vito Bratta? Now, Vito Bratta was an excellent guitar player, one of the greats, one of the all-time greats. Rumor is, though, he was going bald and was ashamed of his baldness and decided to step away. But perhaps he just stepped away because he knew, being in a glam rock band, that they were all looked at as posers, and grunge was coming in, and he knew that there was not going to be a lot of money and sold out shows and all this value. But Vito was able to play these tapping licks and take what Eddie Van Halen did to a whole other level, kind of like those like Steve Lynch did or TJ Helmrich did, but with the 8-finger tapping, or Jennifer Batten and a lot of these other people that came out after Eddie that were the tappers. You know what I mean? The tappers. You're known for your tapping. He actually had a lot of feel, and if you listen to some of his solos, you know, Children Cry, Radar Love, he definitely had his own thing and was just a brilliant, brilliant guitar player. So I worry that maybe it was about appearances, because, you know, we all look cool with long hair doing our thing, and then we get older and we lose our hair or something, and then, you know, some of us do wigs. Maybe I should do a wig video on everyone that wears wigs. I'll piss everyone off. But perhaps he didn't want to wear a wig, or he didn't want to wear one of those do-rag things, you know what I mean? And was embarrassed, even though he shouldn't have been embarrassed. Kind of like a lot of guys, like how Marty Friedman's embarrassed about smoking weed, like he doesn't want his dad to know that he smoked weed all the time or something like that. But maybe Vito was embarrassed about going bald, and then he decided that he didn't want to play anymore. That's the rumor. I didn't come up with that, right? But it is said, I think he said in an interview, that he quit because he wanted to take care of his family, which, if that's the case, is very noble. That's very, very good of him. And also, if you listen to Mike Tramp talk ever, his singer, he kind of sounds like Lars. I think he's from the same area. He's kind of Danish like Lars. And if you listen to him talk, he sounds a lot like Lars. So maybe he acts like Lars Ulrich, you know? And maybe that was just what got to Vito. So he just couldn't handle listening to that talking anymore. You know, it could certainly got on the nerves of a lot of people, like, you know, maybe Bob Rock, or, well, Jason maybe. You know, I'm sure a lot of these people are just with Lars. Well, I'm not going to bring this about Metallica, but so Vito, maybe he just had an issue. He probably either, one, he read the writing on the wall that time's up. All you posers that are going to be all glammy, let's dress like girls and wear makeup, your time's up. We're going to be all grungy now. And he knew it, so then the money was gone. Good chance. Or maybe he just lost his skill set. Something happened physically. I think that may have been rumored. Or, like I said, he was just annoyed with having to deal with Mike Tramp, or whoever that bassist is for Megadeth. You know, I don't know. If that dude's willing to be in Megadeth, he's probably not the easiest to hang out with either. And also the bald thing. So we don't know about the bald thing or what. But Vito, if you're out there, why don't you come back? We would love to see you again. You're a killer guitar player. You don't have to go back and do White Lion. I'm sure you guys would do great. I see Mike Tramp playing these tiny little places, being acoustic and not really doing anything that's really exciting. We'd like to see him pretend to be David Lee Roth and have you out there doing your tapping thing that's kind of like Eddie Van Halen, but not really, you know? So we miss you, Vito. If you see this video, come on back out. Let's get you playing. Let's get you playing some maybe solo Vito Bratta. I could get you a couple gigs in Chicago if you want, and maybe I could open for you. But we could definitely do some stuff. We all miss you, Vito. You're a great player, and if you're bald, we really don't care. It doesn't matter. Probably half of my favorite dudes are bald. So whether you want to wear a wig or not, look at Jordan Turner off his wig. We don't care. In fact, it's probably been since Michael Jordan where everyone's like, oh, let's be a bald-headed dude, right? There's a lot of bald-headed dudes out there that people actually think can still shred. And if you wear a wig, that's totally cool too. We all love the wig dudes. It's not gonna name names. Alright, so that's what happened to Vito Bratta. If you know what happened to Vito Bratta, please comment on it.